Aquaman 2 is now set to come out in 2023, but it's been a highly anticipated movie ever since the sequel to the 2018 hit starring Jason Momoa, Amber Heard, and Patrick Wilson got the green light. Heard's career didn't really take off after her DC movie came out, which is strange. In fact, she's supposed to have a much smaller role in the second movie, though her agent at WME says the first movie should have made her more bankable. Amber Heard is going to be in Aquaman 2, but her agent said that the first movie should have made her more bankable. As part of the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard trial that happened earlier this year, WME agent Jessica Kovacevic was asked to talk before the movie was moved. During the conversation, she pointed out that the actress hadn't gotten as famous as she could have because of her DC role, which she played in both James Wan's Aquaman and the HBO Max version of Zack Snyder's Justice League, which had a nightmare future with Mara. Part of the problem may have been that while some critics, like Cinema Blend's own Sean O'Connell, were interested in Aquaman as a movie, many reviews were less enthusiastic about Mara. Mara's relationship with Arthur Curry was called fun and witty by Refinery29, but many critics didn't like the actress's red wig or how she played the part. Some reviews were so bad that THR called it one note. Yet, during the long defamation trial that took place in Virginia earlier this year, Jessica Kovacevic said that Heard's career was expected to take off because Aquaman had made more than $1 billion. The actress had contributed to the success of the movie, but her agent said that the elephant in the room was the bad press about her personal life. This included tabloid stories about Heard and Depp, the now famous op-ed, and a separate libel trial that will end in 2020. Aquaman 2 has been talked about a lot in the past few weeks. It came up several times during the defamation lawsuit between Amber Heard and Johnny Depp. Heard herself said that she had fought hard to stay in the movie, especially after details about what Mara was doing in Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom were revealed during the trial. After Aquaman, Ms. Heard is said to have lost a project she was up for on Amazon. However, she has gotten parts in other projects, including joining the cast of The Stand, a Stephen King series that came out in 2019. Even though there were rumors that she had been cut from Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom for a while, she still has a part coming up in that movie and in the Connor Allen movie In the Fire. Amber Heard talks about the rumors that her role in Aquaman 2 will be cut down as part of her testimony in Johnny Depp's ongoing legal battle. Amber Heard has said that her part in Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom was cut down after the script was rewritten several times. Mara's role in the final version of The Lost Kingdom is not clear, but YouTuber Grace Randolph said in late April that Heard has less than 10 minutes of screen time. Heard also said that her part in the next Aquaman movie was cut down because Johnny Depp's lawyer said that her claims that her ex-husband abused her were a hoax. Amber Heard's comments about Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom came soon after a petition with more than 4 million signatures asking her to leave the sequel. Since the main filming of The Lost Kingdom is already over, and producer Peter Safran said in July 2021 that fan pressure wouldn't make them do something like that, there's no reason to think that Heard will be taken out of the movie completely. Warner Brothers Pictures replaced Johnny Depp as Gellert Grindelwald in Fantastic Beasts: The Secrets of Dumbledore with Mads Mikkelsen after Depp lost his libel case against The Sun, which had called him a wife-beater. When the studio made that decision, however, the third movie was still being filmed, and Depp had shot only one scene. Willem Dafoe, Patrick Wilson, Yahya Abdul-Mateen II, Dolph Lundgren, Tamara Morrison, Nicole Kidman, Randall Park, and Amber Heard are also in Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. The film will be directed by James Wan and written by David Leslie Johnson McGoldrick. It will come out on March 17, 2023. Well, Amber Heard's rep responds after a source says she's been cut from Aquaman 2. So Amber Heard's team says that her participation in Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom hasn't changed anything. Before publishing its article, TMZ hadn't heard back from Warner Brothers Pictures, so there's no official statement from the studio about this. Still, Aquaman 2's main filming wrapped up in January, so taking Heard out of the movie at this late stage would be strange, even if reshoots are planned. Even if you don't count the recent 4.5 million signature petition to get Amber Heard out of Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, it seems that the idea of recasting Mara has been brought up before. During the defamation trial between Heard and Johnny Depp, Heard's agent Jessica Kovacevic said that Warner Brothers thought about hiring a different actress to play Mara in the Aquaman sequel because Heard and Jason Momoa didn't have enough chemistry. In the end, though, the studio brought Heard back for more DCEU action, and this spokesperson made it clear that she'll still be around in the sequel. But even if Amber Heard Heard is in the final version of Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, she won't be in it as much as she was in the first Aquaman movie. Heard said in court that her role in the Lost Kingdom was cut down. We still don't know how much screen time Mira will have, but it was said before that it would be less than 10 minutes. Still, hiring a new actress to play Mira would be a big change and a costly one, since they'd have to pay her replacement a lot more than what Heard was paid. Earlier, the goal was reached for the petition to get Amber Heard out of Aquaman 2, and then the benchmark was moved. After Johnny Depp was asked to leave his role as Grindelwald in Fantastic Beasts: The Secrets of Dumbledore, a petition was started to get Amber Heard kicked out of the Aquaman franchise. Since Warner Brothers owns both the DCEU and the Wizarding World, Depp's fans have wanted his ex-wife to suffer the same fate. And now that more than 4.5 million people have signed the Change.org petition, the new goal is a huge 6 million. I can't think of a petition about the entertainment industry that has gotten this much attention and kept growing for so many years. This shows how many people all over the world were interested in what Johnny Depp and Amber Heard were doing in court in Virginia. Will this petition about Amber Heard and Aquaman get to 6 million signatures? Just wait and see. During the defamation trial, Amber Heard's role as Mira in the Aquaman series was brought up more than once. The people who work for Johnny Depp said that he helped her get that big part. Also, it came out that she was almost fired from her role as Mira because she didn't get along well with Jason Momoa. As a bonus, here's why Aquaman is the best movie in the DCEU. To be the most successful movie in the DCEU, Aquaman had to use what had worked in other movies and get rid of what hadn't. For example, Aquaman had all the spectacle of Batman vs. Superman's Doomsday fight, which draws people to the biggest screens they can find, but it did not have any controversial decisions, like Batman killing and Superman almost giving up humanity. Aquaman also didn't have many connections to Justice League, other than a single reference to Steppenwolf. This was a smart move, given how poorly the 2017 movie was received. Also, Jason Momoa, who had already played Aquaman in Batman vs. Superman and Justice League, showed that he was a great choice for the role of Arthur Curry. With the star power of Jason Momoa and James Wan's ability to make a blockbuster, Aquaman became a unique addition to the DCEU. It was an action-packed, fun adventure that smaller DC movies like Shazam and Birds of Prey couldn't match. Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom has a good chance of making more money than Aquaman did, since sequels usually make the first movie bigger and better. James Wan is back to direct Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. Since the first Aquaman movie, the director has been hinting that the sequel will have a better story. If Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom keeps the special effects that made the first Aquaman movie a must-see and improves the story, it could be better than the first movie. But how well Aquaman 2 does in theaters around the world, especially in China, will decide if it makes more money than Aquaman. Some Marvel Studios movies haven't opened in China recently, and DC's latest movie, The Batman, did not do well in China, which was a key market for Aquaman. Taking everything into account, if Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom has the same kind of run in China as Aquaman, it might be possible for it to make more money than Aquaman, which made $1.148 billion. Well guys, that's it for today. Comment below if you're as excited as we are for Aquaman 2. Until next time, cheers!